Today I am going to introduce Banker's algorithm in operating system. Myself Mamta Wanzre, ENTC department from AISSMS Institute of Information Technology. Let us see what is the Banker's algorithm, why Banker's algorithm is required. It is a resource allocation and deadlock avoidance algorithm. Whenever that is used for deadlock is occur, to avoid that we use Banker's algorithm, we go for Banker's algorithm. So it is a test for safety by simulating the allocation for predetermined maximum possible amount of all resources. It makes an S state check to state a test for possible activities before deciding whether allocation should be allowed it to continue. Then why Banker's algorithm is named so? Why that name is given Banker's algorithm? Because it is used in banking system to check whether loan can be sanctioned to a person or not. There are n number of account holders in a bank and the total sum of their money is S. If a person applied for a loan, then the bank first subtracts the loan amount from the total money that bank has. If the remaining amount is greater than S, then only the loan is sanctioned. It is done because if all the account holders comes to withdraw their money, then the bank can easily do it. Therefore, the bank would never allocate its money in such a way that it can no longer satisfy the needs of all its customers. So that algorithm given Banker's algorithm, because we are whatever we calculated as per that Banker's algorithm, that technique, that name is given. So data structure for the Banker's algorithm, let n equal to number of processes and m equal to number of resource types are there. Here available matrix, maximum required matrix, allocation matrix and need matrix are given. We have to find it. Two matrices are given in exam, and from that we have to calculate need matrix and n respectively. First you initialize work that is equal to available, finish that is equal to false for I equal to 0, 1 up to n minus 1 is there. Find and I such that both finish equal to false and need matrix or need that should be less than or equal to work or new matrix is there. If no such I exists, go to step number 4. Then third step is work or new matrix equal to new matrix plus allocation is there, or work plus allocation is there, and finish equal to true. Then go to step number 2. Fourth step is if finish equal to true for all I, then the system is in a safe condition or safe state is there. So resource request algorithm for process PI, number of processes are there, then request equal to a request vector for process PI. If request equal to k, then process PI wants k instance of resource type R. If request should be less than or equal to need is there, then go to step 2. Otherwise raise error condition since process has exceeded its maximum claim. Second step is if request is greater than or equal to available, then go to step number 3. Otherwise number of processes PI must wait. Go to wait condition since resources are not available. And third condition is pretend to allocate requested resources to PI by modifying the state as follows. So available equal to available minus request is there. Second one is allocation equal to allocation plus request, and third one is need equal to need minus request is there, and from that you have to calculate the safe state or safety state is there. If safe, that is means the resource are allocated to PI processes, and if unsafe is there, then PI must wait and the old resource allocation state is restored. So one example is also mentioned here. Find out the safe sequence for the execution of the following process using Banker's algorithm. Maximum resources are R1 equal to 4 and R2 equal to 4. In that allocation matrix and maximum required matrix, these two matrices are given. P1, P2, P3. Three processes are mentioned here and two resources are given. Its values are given here. And from that, we have to find out safe sequence or safe state. So first step of that numerical is find out the sum of columns of allocation matrix. Sum of that allocation matrix R1 having 3 value 1, 2, 3 and R2 also 3 values there. That is first step. Second step is find out available resources, that is equal to maximum resources minus sum of columns of allocation matrix. Available resource of R1 that is equal to 4 minus 3, that comes 1, and available resource of R2 that also comes 1. Therefore available resources are 1 comma 1 is there. Third step is calculate need matrix. For that we have to calculate need matrix from maximum required matrix minus allocation matrix. These two matrix already given in numerical. So from that you have to calculate need matrix. Maximum required matrix, that P1 is 1 minus 1, that comes 0. R2 for that 1 minus 0, that comes 1. Like that find out P2 value, that comes 1, 2, and P3 value comes 1 and 0. Okay, that is the need matrix. Then next step is, fourth step is find out work matrix or new matrix. In that our P1 is always consider available resource, that is available resource R1 and R2. So we directly put that value into that table, new matrix table. So that comes 1 and 1. Whenever you go for P2 value, in that new value of P1, whatever we calculated, so that plus P1 of allocation matrix. So P1 of allocation matrix, that is again 1. Okay, you consider that value. So 1 plus 1, that becomes 2, and new value of R2, that is new value of P1 plus P1 of allocation matrix, that is 1 plus 0, that is equal to 1. So P2 value becomes 2 and 1. Whenever you go for P3 value, that time you consider P2 value of that new matrix added with allocation matrix of P2. So that becomes 2 plus 1, that becomes 3, 2. And last is, you always find out, because we calculated only P1, P2 considered. So last one is P3. So P3 we calculated depending upon P2. And whenever P3 is remaining, so last is consider new matrix or new value of P2 we calculated for P3, and for new value of P3 plus P3 of allocation matrix, that comes 4, and that again R2 for that value is again same. Remember that these two values that should be matched with maximum resources of R1 and R2. That value is already given in our numerical, R1 equal to 4 and R2 equal to 4. So that is for cross verification, and that value should be matched. So from that we have to find out safe sequence, that is equal to need matrix that always less than or equal to new matrix. So you compare that one, and whenever for process 1, now here 0, 1 is there for need matrix, and we already calculated that new matrix table also. So P1 of that is, that comes 1 comma 1. So 0 is less than 1, that is okay. 1 is less than or equal to 1, that is also. So P1 proceeded. Then go for P2 process. of need matrix is 1, 2 and P2 process of new matrix is 2, 1. Whenever you compare that value, 1 is less than 2, that is correct, but 2 is not less than 1, so P2 not proceed. Then go for P3. P3 value of need matrix is 1, 0 and P3 of new matrix is 3, 2. Whenever you again compare, 1 is less than 3, that is correct, but and 0 is also less than 2, that is also correct, so P3 proceeded. So whenever you draw the safe sequence, whenever you consider the safe sequence, in that case P1 first, then P2 is not proceed, so you directly go to P3 plus first, then go for P2. So P1, P3 and P2, that is the safe sequence. Thank you.